I have to admit that in my wildest dreams, I did not anticipate the opportunities California's new ADU laws would create for people who own multifamily zoned properties. There's a lot to consider when designing and building ADUs for multifamily projects, and we've put together a checklist to help you decide if this is a good move for you. So you can click the link below to download that. I'm Caitlin, the CEO at Maxable. We work with property investors by analyzing their portfolios and helping them maximize their ROI through ADUs. Of all of the opportunities California new laws have created, the ones for multifamily properties are by far the most dramatic. So I'm going to give you the basics of those opportunities here, but if you want to take advantage of them, reach out. We've added ADUs to 63-unit apartment complexes all the way down to duplexes. In fact, we currently have multifamily ADU projects going through 10 different jurisdictions. So this is new territory, and the rules are a lot more intricate than those around ADUs for single-family homes. But maximizing that sweet, sweet cash flow is so worth the effort. Here are the top ADU questions our investor clients ask us. Does zoning matter? As with all ADUs, your property must be residentially zoned. The type of residential zoning, though, doesn't matter. For example, you could be zoned for a duplex, R2, and you can still add multiple ADUs to the lot. Any residential zoning is fine, even single-family zoning. What makes a dwelling multifamily? So it's not the type of property or the size of the lot or the zoning, it's actually the existing structure. So to be classified as a multifamily, the structure must consist of 2 or more residential dwellings that are actually attached to each other. If you have 2 or more houses that are on a single lot, but they're not attached, then they're not considered multifamily dwellings. If you own a duplex with 2 units that are attached, it's multifamily. So apartment buildings are multifamily as long as the individual units are attached to each other. How many ADUs can you build on a multifamily property? Local agencies must allow you to build at least 1 ADU out of an existing accessory space in your primary structure, if you have one, or 2 detached ADUs on the property. Some jurisdictions are going to allow you to do both. A detached ADU means that it's detached from the main multifamily structure. In some jurisdictions, your 2 detached ADUs can be attached to each other, but there are some jurisdictions that insist that the detached ADUs must be standalone. So check your local regulations. An accessory space is an area that is not currently permitted as living space. So this could be things like converted garages, utility rooms, storage rooms, community rooms, basements, or attics. Detached accessory spaces like a clubhouse or a carport may also be converted into ADUs. If I own an apartment building, can I build more than 2 or 3 ADUs? Maybe. In the best case scenario, your jurisdiction could allow you to convert a number of ADUs equal to 25% of the number of units in your building, and also let you build 2 detached ADUs with a maximum 16-foot height restriction. But the jurisdiction could also restrict you to building only 2 detached ADUs or 1 converted accessory space. There's a very wide range of possibilities for apartment owners in terms of the number of ADUs that are allowed, which is why it's so essential that you work with a designer that's really vigilant about researching the specific regulations in your jurisdiction. What are the size limits for these ADUs? So the minimum size is 150 square feet and the maximum is 800 square feet or less depending on your jurisdiction. For more information about size regulations, take a look at our What Size ADU Can I Build video. What can't be converted to an ADU? You can't convert spaces that are currently living spaces into ADUs. So for instance, if your building has a large apartment, you can't divide 1 unit into 2 and call one of them an ADU. You also can't convert uncovered parking like a parking lot into ADUs. That brings up another good question. Do I have to provide parking for my ADUs? As long as the property is within half a mile of public transportation or within 1 block of a car share vehicle, you don't need to provide parking for your ADUs. If I create an ADU out of a parking structure, do I have to replace the parking for my non-ADU tenants? Believe it or not, no. You don't have to replace the parking. You'll have to work it out with your current tenants in a way that's fair, and future tenants will know in advance that the apartment doesn't come with a parking space. How much will it cost to build an ADU on my multifamily property? When designing and building multiple ADUs, you may be able to tap into some of those economy of scale benefits. We work with property owners who have their own construction crews, which is a huge advantage in terms of managing time and labor costs. But in building multiple ADUs, you may also exceed the capacity for utilities, and that can be costly. Above all, working with people who understand the regulations is going to save you a lot of time, and that also saves you money. There's a lot to consider when designing and building ADUs for multifamily projects, and we've put together a checklist to help you decide if this is a good move for you. So you can click the link below to download that. There's so much opportunity here. Why not check it out? And let us know what you think, and remember to give this video a thumbs up.